in a time of 52.92, a new high school national record. Back to back to back to back state champions. Sports, Nebraska's home for championship sports, is live from Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, Nebraska for the 2018 NSAA Girls Basketball Championships. And good morning, everyone. We've got a good one to start it off in Class C1. It's the Shamrocks of Columbus Scotus. They came in seated number 5, taking on the Bishop Neumann Cavaliers. I'm Larry Putney, along with former All-Stater Trudy Nolan. It's great to have you with us this morning and throughout the day, as we will bring you 6 state championships right here from Pinnacle Bank Arena on NET. Let's take a look at what the schedule looks like. Of course, it kicks off at 9 a.m. this morning in Class C1. D1 is coming up at 11, followed by a great battle in Class B. The Class A showdown between West Side and Millard South happens at 6:30. And then later this evening, 8:30 tonight, St. Francis will take on Falls City Sacred Heart for the Class D2 title. But we begin this morning in Class C1 and the Scotus Shamrocks, a familiar team down here at state. Yeah, they are. And then, Larry, they play a really tough, scrappy man-to-man defense. Bailey Lear and Maggie Fian has led the Shamrocks offensively. They have 5 losses, but they're all to teams that we have seen here this year in the state tournament. One of the losses that Scotus has this year is against the team they're playing in the title, and that's Bishop Neumann. Absolutely, and Neumann lost last year to Lincoln Christian in the semis, so they came out yesterday really ready to play. Aspen Yunsa has had a great offensive games here at the state tournament. She scored 28 on Thursday and 19 yesterday. She really controls the ball. She up the court, she drives, and she shoots the 3. These two teams, they played earlier this year, and Neumann did win, but it was on a last-second 3. So I think we're starting off the morning with a great game, Larry. Breakfast at Pinnacle Bank Arena. The Class C1 state title is on the line. Bishop Neumann, Columbus Scotus, when we come back right here on NET Sports.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
What do you think about going to college?
I'm kind of scared.
I feel nervous a little bit.
That's kind of a tough one. I'm not really sure yet.
I'm excited for college.
How are you going to pay for it?
To be honest, I don't really know.
That's actually a really good question.
So what if you had a friend you could ask?
FFA's vision is to build leaders, grow communities, and strengthen agriculture. The funds from Constellation will most likely be directed to one of those areas. But most importantly, people need to know that it is at the local level. It's helping local chapters.
Constellation provides natural gas for Nebraska homes, farms, ranches, and businesses. Through our support for 4-H and FFA, we're providing energy for Nebraska's future as well. Natural gas from Constellation.
Welcome back to Lincoln, Nebraska. It's Pinnacle Bank Arena, and it's Championship Saturday. 6 girls state championship games here in Lincoln at PBA. We have a good one to start you off in Class C1. It is the Bishop Neumann Cavaliers coming in at 21-4, along with the Columbus Scotus Shamrocks at 21-5. I'm Andy Kendi. I'll give you the stories from the sidelines, and we do have a fantastic matchup to kick us off this morning. The Shamrocks making their 7th finals appearance and first since 2014. The Cavaliers, their 6th finals appearance and first since 2010. Time now to get to know these two teams, and for that, our public address announcer, Mr. Rich Broderson.
The Nebraska School Activities Association and its member schools welcome you to the 2018 NSAA Girls State Basketball Championships. NSAA is proud to recognize its premier corporate partners: U.S. Bank, Farmers Mutual Insurance, Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association, Nebraska Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, and CHI Health St. Elizabeth. And now, to honor our nation, please rise and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem. The anthem is being performed today by the Omaha Central Mixed Octet, directed by Lynn Boma.
What so proudly we hailed.
stars last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, it proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pinnacle Bank Arena for today's Class C1 Girls Championship game between the 21-5 Columbus Scotus Shamrocks and the 21-4 Bishop Neumann Cavaliers. Now, let's meet the teams. First, the non-starters for Columbus Scotus. Number 2, Abby Zulon. Number 3, Grace Albert. Number 10, Kate Smith. Number 15, Marika Spencer. Number 24, Amber Booman. Number 25, Courtney Kush. Number 32, Chloe Albert. And number 34, Madison Kirkman. And now, here are the non-starters for Bishop Neumann. Number 14, Taylor Sabanka. Number 20, Taylor Stewart. Number 22, Haley Vanyak. Number 30, Jacina Rada. Number 32, Faith Polacek. Number 40, Maggie Vasha. Number 42, Michaela Most. Number 44, Lindsay Teal. And number 52, Lily Spangler. And now, here's the starting lineup for the Shamrocks of Columbus Scotus High School. A 5'7" senior, number 4, Maggie Fian. A 5'8" senior, number 11, Grace Wickham. A 5'10" junior, number 21, Bailey Lear. A 5'5" senior, number 22, Kendra Weezy. And a 6' senior, number 44, Shania Borcher. The assistant coaches for the Shamrocks are Wade Coulter and John Peterson, and the head coach for Columbus Scotus is Jared Ritter. And now, here's the starting lineup for the Cavaliers of Bishop Neumann High School. A 5'4" junior, number 10, Katie Lilly. A 6' junior, number 12, Kelsey Chana. A 5'7" senior, number 24, Aspen Yatza. A 5'7" junior, number 34, Alyssa Rezach. And a 6' senior, number 50, Megan Spitchka. The assistant coaches for the Cavaliers are Chad Swanson, Megan Kumpala, Kevin Teal, Mackenzie Swanson, and Julie Simons. The head coach for Bishop Neumann is Jason Simons. The officials for today's Class C1 championship game are Preston Foster, Matthew Hager, and Rod Hartman. The bench official is Mr. Jeremy McHugh. Ladies and gentlemen, let's play basketball!
Not too far from one another, both Centennial Conference foes. Bishop Neumann, the Cavaliers taking on the Shamrocks to kick it off this morning in Class C1. How did the two teams get here? Well, Neumann with the win over Lincoln Christian in the semifinals. That was a big win, 53-41, knocking off the defending state champs. Knocked out GICC in the opening round. Scotus got by Mitchell, which was previously undefeated, and Scotus just did a terrific job defensively on Mitchell to make it here to Pinnacle Bank Arena on Saturday morning to kick off this day of state high school championships right here on NAT Sports. Look at the two head coaches for the Cavaliers. There is Jason Simons in his 8th year, 134-59 record. 21-4 this year. Came in ranked number 2, seeded number 2 in this state tournament. Jared Ritter, 9th year, 122-83 in his career. To lead the Shamrocks, ready to tip it off, and we're underway in a day-long of state championships right here on NAT Sports. Watch for these Shamrocks to play just some terrific defense. They have shut down each of their opponents here, not only in the first round, but the second round. Did a great job on a high-scoring Mitchell team, which was previously undefeated. We talked to Jason Ritter. He says that has been the staple of this team this year is their defense. Primarily a man, and they step out of the man and knocking down the early shot. Spitzka steps outside to give Neumann the early lead.
Yeah, you know, both teams are actually going to play really tough man-to-man defense, so they're both used to that on offense as well. But, you know, one thing about Neumann you just saw is they have both an inside and outside game. You know, Megan can play inside, and she can obviously shoot on the outside, getting their first 2 points.
Let's see the Cavaliers create a lot of offense from their defense. They're in a man 2. Here's Bailey Lear. Baseline, nothing there. Kicks it back up top. Wickham down inside. Good pass inside. The and one early on for Shania Borchers.
Here's the replay of that, and you see Shania in the inside taking it up very strong on the inside to draw that foul.
Long rebound comes out, grabbed by Lear, and Shamrocks get to reset. They'll take the 3. The shot by Wickham knocks it down. Little fist pump there from Grace Wickham to get him going.
She is excited. That is great.
Off of the long rebound. The Shamrocks turn that into a 5-point play. A great feat there defensively by the Shamrocks.
Here's a look at that 3 by Grace. You can tell she's ready to shoot that, and then she's very excited after that shot, which she should be. She's in the state finals, making a big 3 there to get her team started.
Strong rebound, backed up by Spitzka. She loses it on the floor. It'll be tied up. Possession arrow will turn it over to the Shamrocks. Shamrocks with the big win in the district finals, knocking off Lincoln Christian for the first time in 4 years. That gave them a little confidence coming down here to state. They played well down here. BC with it. Wickham thought about the long 3.
And you know, Larry, when you come to the state tournament, there just isn't any easy games by any means. And they've had 2 tough games with Wahoo and Mitchell, both great teams.
Katie Lilly pulls down the rebound. She's going to try to go coast to coast. Already here early, you're seeing that Shamrock defense.
be very patient. They run a flex offense, trying to get it either open on the outside or on that cutter down low, especially with their big girls on the bottom.
There's Yunsa. Aspen Yunsa's had a terrific tournament. You talked about her off the top.
Yeah, she really has, you know, and it's tough to lose. They've lost their starting guard, you know, the Rada girl, and so I think Aspen feels she has to step up at this moment as well, and has had 2 great offensive games.
28 points in the opening round, 19 in the semifinal win for the Cavaliers. Easy drives. Kicks it across. Good take with a bucket by Bailey Lear. Drive by Yunsa. The foul on the drive. That will put Aspen Yunsa at the line. Averages 13 a game, All-State last year. Early on here at Pinnacle Bank Arena, Scotus on top by 3, 7-4.
With the Aurora Cooperative, you have a trusted partner who looks well beyond the horizon. We're putting our owner's equity to work every day by anticipating what you'll need tomorrow, creating what's next for your farm. A portfolio of innovation that supports every aspect of your operation, and an unwavering commitment to your success, however you measure it.
My farm, my cooperative, my future.
The Aurora Cooperative.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is pleased to sponsor the NSAA Academic All-State Award Program, recognizing students and athletes who shine in the classroom and on the field. This statewide program recognizes academic excellence, leadership, and athletic achievement in over 20 high school sports and activities. We honor these exceptional students and all of the teachers, coaches, and parents who have mentored them. Together, we can continue to make Nebraska a great place to live, learn, and play.
Class C1 championship game, Scotus leading Neumann 7-4. Both teams playing at less than full strength. Scotus missing senior guard Grace Oddbird. She hurt her knee in the district final game in the win against Lincoln Christian. Surgery upcoming. And for Bishop Neumann, number 30, Jessica Rada, a senior guard, the 3rd leading scorer on the team. Opening minute of the quarterfinal win against GICC. She lands awkwardly. She tears her ACL and MCL. She has surgery upcoming. But a classy moment before the semifinal against Lincoln Christian. All 5 Lincoln Christian starters came over to Rada and presented her each with a rose. And after the game, she walked out of the arena with those roses in her backpack.
Yeah, that was a great moment. We see so much of that great sportsmanship here across the state, represented down here at the state tournament. It was Rada that hit that game-winning shot the last time these two teams played.
It was, yes. Yep, she was the one that put that in. I think it was the ball was scrambling around and she grabbed it, put it up, and it went in. She was a good outside shooter.
Led to that 43-40 win. Another shot to the outside off the front of the rim. Good rebound down low by Rezach, who puts it back up, can't get it to go. Controlled by Wickham. Lear will slow it up and reset. Into the game now, Courtney Cush for the Shamrocks.
And now you see that Wahoo Neumann has changed. They've changed to a 1-3-1 defense, and Coach Simons likes to mix that defense up between man and zone. He does a great job of coaching those girls.
On the baseline, Wickham got it from the corner. Her second 3 is off. Rebound to Rezach. Good strong take. Got there, and Lear is fouled. Lear came down with it. The foul will be called on Spichka, her first. That's her second early on. Check that. So Megan Spichka with 2 fouls. The big presence inside for the Cavaliers. 6-foot senior. One of the leaders. Leads the team in rebounds. Will take a seat.
And you know, really both teams have a lot of experience. They have players that they bring off the bench a lot. Both teams, as you look at it, have both won holiday tournaments. They've both been here to the state tournament, so they have that experience of playing in these big games as well.
Skip pass over the top of the zone. Wickham had a chance at it, not there. The shot from Lear is off. And we'll have a foul called on Scotus. Looks like that's going to be on Marika Spencer. Spencer's first personal foul.
There's a replay of that shot by Lear, and then that good rebound there by Maggie on being tough on the coming down with that ball.
Jansa setting up the offense here for the Cavs.
As I mentioned early on, I mean, she really controls the ball, but she's kind of like the quarterback on the football team. She takes it out. She makes them get set up and ready.
Taken away by Cush. And Courtney Cush will slow it up after the steal. Lear kicked it out, nearly lost it. We see Scotus hasn't got a good inside look since Neumann moved to that 1-3-1.
Now Neumann does a good job of shifting because Scotus obviously has been shooting from the outside as well, but they're trying to take that inside away.
Travel will be called. One too many steps for Bailey Lear. Good call by the official. Good idea on Lear. Timely cut there, cut to the basket, saw the ball, just one too many steps as she stepped through the traffic. Into the game now is Kelsey Chata, back in for the Cavs. Three on the way. Rattles out by Jansa. Jansa gets it back. Why not try it again? Just off the back. We have a foul before the second shot.
It was a foul on the rebound. Lindsay Teal did a nice job for for Bishop Neumann getting the rebound there and drawing the foul.
Oh, good turn. Good move down low on the bucket by Chata. Nice cut to the basket. Good inbounds pass. And we're all even at 7 here. Inside 40 seconds to go. Period number 1. That goes off the foot of Chata.
So here's the replay of Chata's nice turn on that inbound pass and that shot. You also see Wahoo Neumann in their 1-3-1 press, trying to mix that up, coming down the floor here, and then back into that 1-3-1 pressure defense where they're trying to take away the outside but close up the inside with those 3 girls in the lane as well.
The length that the Cavs can give you on the wings there in that 1-3-1, their length and quickness is so effective in that 1-3-1. Great hustle, and a foul is going to be called against the Shamrocks. Oh, no, over and back. She did get to it first. I didn't see the touch. Okay.
All right, so Wahoo Neumann has a chance here right before the end of the quarter to get a bucket.
Borchers with the foul. That's the second also on Shania Borchers. So the 2 inside presence for both teams now with 2 fouls here in the first. Jansa at the line. 1-and-1, knocks down the first. The bucket was made.
I counted the bucket.
I missed the bucket. So 3-point play makes it 10-7. Last second, and a horn sounds without the Shamrocks getting off a shot to end period number 1. So a good start for Scotus. They were on top 7-3, but Neumann storms back to take a 10-7 lead after 1 here in Lincoln.
Have you ever wondered what happens to soybeans after they're harvested? Every year, soybean farmers invest a portion of their soybean revenue to fund research, marketing, and promotion, which is called the Nebraska Soybean Checkoff. 80% of the harvested soybeans are crushed into soybean meal that's used to feed poultry and livestock. The other 20% is made into soybean oil that's used for cooking oil and biodiesel. To learn more about the Nebraska Soybean Checkoff, nebraskasoybeans.org.
Let's talk about public power for a second. Nebraska's electric utilities use a diverse mix of fuel resources to generate electricity. Wind, water, coal, nuclear, natural gas, solar, and methane. Just another way your electric utility shows how public power works for you. Let's talk about public power for a second. Did you know Nebraska's electric utilities pay more than $100 million to communities they serve each year? Those dollars stay local, helping to empower our hometowns. Just another way your electric utility shows how public power works for you.
Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena, Class C1 championship game. Wahoo Bishop Neumann leading Columbus Scotus 10-7. One of the Bishop Neumann assistant coaches is a familiar face to longtime state basketball viewers. It's Mackenzie Fouillon, now Mackenzie Swanson. She played on those great Bishop Neumann teams from 08 to 2010, and then later a brilliant collegiate career at Creighton. But she talked to her before the game, and she would like nothing more than to bring a state championship to the kids now that she helps coach.
How many career points did she score down here at State, Andy?
122 during her career. Wow. So she's on the list.
You know who's not as impressed with that, don't you?
Yeah, I can. I think her name rhymes with Rudy.
Our broadcast partner, Trudy Nolan, the former Trudy Veer Houston, who at, 261? You were telling me before the broadcast.
I was not. It's great teammates that help you out to get there.
Starting period number 2 here. Neumann on top 10-7. Long three, just rattles out. Open look from Maggie Fien. Chada looking inside, not much there. Three knocked down by Lindsay Teal, got an open look.
Yeah, you know, yesterday she had some big threes against that Lincoln Christian team that really put Neumann at the point where, you know, they had the momentum and going ahead of Lincoln Christian.
That is a 9-0 scoring run right now for Neumann, and it started, as you pointed out, Trudy, when they moved to that 1-3-1.
He really likes, Coach Simon likes to mix up that defense.
Good strong move inside there. Couldn't get it to go for Marika Spencer. Neumann there for the rebound. 13-7 here early on, period number 2.
Here's Neumann in that flex cut again. They'll be very patient, looking for that open person.
Taylor Stewart also now into the game now for the Cavs. She'll take the shot, just off. Wickham with the rebound. East to Fien. Difficult to dribble, drive, and penetrate against that zone look from the Cavs. Skip pass, open three. Just off, and right now that's what the Shamrocks are getting, are looks from beyond the arc, and Neumann doesn't mind giving them those shots.
Yeah, you know, because yesterday on the inside, the Shamrocks really had a great game on the inside. And so I think they're trying to mix it up and trying to say, hey, beat us. If you're going to beat us from the outside. But also giving credit to Neumann, they are also guarding. They're really spread out that 1-3-1. They're spreading it way out. That they are guarding on the outside. Plus, they're really closing it up on the inside of the lane as well. Aspen Jensen is doing a good job down there on the block, making sure she knows where those post players are.
First good take by the Shamrocks, and Maggie Fien with her first 2 points here in the game. There's Teal up top. Finds the cutting Yunsa, drives in. Yunsa Scotus off, rebound right into the hands and back up by Chana.
And that's one thing Wahoo Neumann has done really well. In the first quarter, they actually out-rebounded Columbus Scotus. And so it's been a big factor, especially on the offensive end, to get those rebounds and put them back in.
Jared Ritter will take a timeout. We will too. Let's take a look back at last year's C1 title game.
In a tight Class C1 state championship game, the Lincoln Christian Crusaders were able to fend off the Kearney Catholic Stars 45-41. The top-rated Lincoln Christian Crusaders snapped Kearney Catholic's consecutive win streak at 44 after an average shooting performance. The Crusaders shot 28% from the field and 26% from 3, but were able to force 14 turnovers. The Stars only had 1 field goal in the last 5 minutes, which cut the lead to 1 with 37 seconds left. A missed three-pointer by Kearney Catholic led to a rebound and 2 free throws for the Crusaders, sealing the victory for their first Class C1 state championship since 2002.
Yeah, that was a big win for Lincoln Christian last year, their state championship. Many thought they would be back here in this game again this year, returned nearly everyone off that state championship team. But boy, what a job Neumann did in the semifinals. And Jason Simmons in that defense, or Simons in that defense, shutting down that attack of Christian, outscored him 53-41 to make it here to these finals.
Yeah, and they've played this year as well against one another, and so it's kind of funny that you play so much of each other in the regular season, then you get down here and you're playing each other here as well.
Splashed on the three-pointer from Maggie Fian. That's what Scotus needs to loosen up that defense just a bit. 15-12 now, Neumann on top.
Yeah, they really do need to make those shots on the outside, Columbus Scotus, and force Wahoo Neumann to come out, possibly to go mans, and then that will open their inside game up a little more.
Yunsa steps back, misses iron, rebound is there. It will go off of Scotus, ball will stay with the Cavs.
Wahoo Neumann just does a really good job on offensive boards. As soon as that shot goes up, they are going to the backboard, trying to get those rebounds and put those shots back up.
Yunsa with it. Inside.
Wahoo Neumann did this yesterday too. They're very patient on offense, looking for that open shot.
Open look, knocked down. Again, Megan Spichka back in, playing with her 2 fouls. And Spichka now with 4 points in the game. Extends that lead to 5. Wickham called for it, an open look. Wickham saved into Spichka. Timeout taken by Coach Simons. 8th year for Coach Simons with the Cavaliers. This team won a title back in 2010, but it's their first trip back into the finals since that championship in 2010. Let's go over to Andy.
Larry, Columbus Scotus head coach Jared Ritter, and he's impressed upon the word chaos to his team, and it's an acronym. It stands for commit, hustle, attitude, outwork, and sacrifice. And he says that it's so key and so important for his team to buy in, and that's been the big difference on this run to state, is their ability to commit to that chaos. And they're going to need a little bit more here, especially on defense, and that was his big concern yesterday, was holding not only Yunsa, but also the other parts of Bishop Neumann, because they are so dangerous. Defense the key to this game, according to Jared Ritter.
Oh, we certainly see that here through this first half. Both of these teams outstanding defensively. Of course, Cavaliers started off in that pack line man and moved to the 1-3-1. Shamrock still trying to solve that, but Scotus has been so good down here at State. You take a look at what they did to Mitchell, which averages better than 60 a game, held him to 26 points.
Yeah, and defensively, it's very similar to Wahoo Neumann with Mitchell, because Mitchell has a good outside player and a good inside player. Very similar here with Wahoo Neumann as well. So I think, using that same game plan that they had against Mitchell on the defensive end.
Movement on the perimeter here by Neumann. Yunsa with it, off the screen. Here's Lilly. Now to Yunsa, she steps back. Tipped on the 3, and that should stay with the Cavaliers. Nope, they're going to say it did not touch the Shamrock. That was clearly blocked.
I thought it was too, but Yunsa started back, so maybe she didn't feel like it did.
Maybe not. Difficult to tell there. They had a better look than we did. Continue to extend that 1-3-1 at the half court. Since Borchers picked up her second foul, we have not seen her back into the game. That has hurt the inside game a bit for the Shamrocks. Foul called there on Vasha. That will be Vasha's first personal foul.
That's always the thing, is whether you're down to a minute now before half, to go into half with 2 fouls rather than taking that chance and starting the second half with 3. Yeah. But you're right. But also on the inside, Marika Spencer has done a great job down here at the tournament, especially yesterday with the big girl from Mitchell as well.
Kick back out to Lear. Nice drive. Jump shot in the middle, just could not get it to go. Bailey Lear. Pushing pace. Nice bucket. Good drive by Stewart. Taylor Stewart gets out early.
Yeah, and that's how Aspen can run the floor, and she sees the people that are open, and she makes the good decisions whether to take that down there or bring it back out and get her offense set up.
I think that's what you heard from Coach Simons too, is that defense leading to their offense, not afraid to get out in transition. Long 3 of the rainbow 3, knocked in by Kendra Weesey. On the way, knocked in. Rezac with a 3-pointer. Right before the buzzer. So Scotus with the 3, and Neumann answers right before halftime to take that 7-point lead into the break, 22-15, in what has been a very low-scoring and defensive first half. Andy Kidney is with the head coach of the Shamrocks, Jared Ritter.
Well, Coach, a good start, but yet Bishop Neumann looked like they switched things up on defense. What troubled you there?
Well, they were playing that 1-3-1 and kind of packing it in on us. And so, second half, we just got to, move the ball a little bit better and step in and hit some outside shots.
You're only down 7. You've been down before. What do you tell your kids at halftime?
We just got to, remain composed and do what we do. Offensively, get great possessions. And then defensively, we got to string some stops together. And we got to rebound better on the defensive side of the ball if we're going to get back into it.
Coach, good luck to you in the second half. Scotus trailing by 7. Larry?
All right, thanks very much, Andy, and thanks to Jared Ritter for spending some time with us just before half. 3s to end the half, making a 22-15 Neumann lead.
Are you cool to flex fuel? 1 in 7 Nebraskans is driving a flex fuel vehicle, and many don't even realize it. With a flex fuel vehicle, you can fill up with any blend of American ethanol and gasoline, from E10 to E15, from E30 to E85, at any time, in any amount. Look for an insignia on your trunk or tailgate. You might have a yellow gas cap, or check your owner's manual. If you're cool to flex fuel, then look for a flex fuel pump in your neighborhood. Flex fuel blends with American ethanol.
Not just on the good days. Not just on the challenging ones. Not just during business hours. Or when relaxing. But always For the past 125 years, Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, always alongside you.
Coverage of the 2018 NSAA High School Girls Basketball Championships on NET is made possible in part by Education Quest, Nebraska Soybean Board, Nebraska Methodist College, and Nebraska Public Power District. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support.
Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena, Class C1 championship game. Bishop Neumann leading Columbus Scotus 22-15. Hello again, everybody. Andy Kennedy along with John Dolliver of the NSAA. He's the man in charge of these basketball tournaments. And John, let me just ask you this. This is the 5th year of the cooperation between Pinnacle Bank Arena, Devaney Center, and the Lincoln Public Schools. How is that going so far?
It's a great relationship that we have with them. Like you said, it's our 5th year doing it here, and we couldn't be happier with the results that we get. They welcome our communities from all across the state with open arms. I think they take pride in hosting this event, both the girls' weekend and the boys' weekend. And it's something, it's a relationship that we really appreciate with the NSAA. But I think people sometimes maybe take for granted that we get to be in this beautiful facility at the Bob Devaney Sports Center and then at our Lincoln Public Schools. And those people have really embraced the girls and boys state basketball championships, and we couldn't be happier to be here in Lincoln.
Now, overseeing basketball, there's been a change in terms of playoff format in Class B with moving to the sub-districts and district champions and eliminating the wild cards. Where do you see the future of that for other classes?
Right, and just to explain that a little bit, our proposals, our membership makes changes to processes like that through legislative proposals. Class B actually made a change this last year. We had done 6 geographical districts and then qualified 2 wild cards. Well, they changed that to have 8 geographical sub-districts. They take those 8 winners, and then we take the 8 highest wild card losers, and we put them in a 16-team pool. 1 plays 16, 2 plays 15, and then we qualify the 8 winners out of that. So there is no wild card to the state tournament anymore in Class B. There is a proposal right now in our legislative process to also do that in C1, C2, D1, and D2. And that would look a little bit different for the fact that we have 12 geographical sub-districts and then the 4 wild card losers. So that would be our pool of 16 that we would then qualify the 8 winners into the state championship. So I'm not sure if that one will pass, but it's moved on enough steps that is a proposal that could be here in the next year.
So it's wait and see. Could happen in the next year then?
Yes, yep. It would be something that if they passed it in April at a representative assembly, that it would move on to the next step, which would be implementing that next year.
And finally, you can't do a tournament at this magnitude without not only great officials but also great volunteers.
Yeah, I mean this doesn't. It does take a lot of great people to help us, and we have a lot of people that come back year after year. I talked earlier about how the communities embrace it, or the facilities embrace it. The people that work this event are the same people year after year, and they do a phenomenal job of being hospitable to the teams and the crowds when they come into these great facilities.
John, thank you so much, and way to hold your composure right in front of the Columbus Scotus band there. Okay, Neumann leading Scotus 22-15. 2 more quarters from our first state champion of the day. The second half is straight ahead.
Participating in Nebraska high school activities has taught me about teamwork.
I've learned how to lead among my peers.
At my high school, I have set goals and I work hard to accomplish them.
I like to run on my cross country team. It makes me feel good about myself.
The Nebraska School Activities Association providing opportunities in 25 activities in our 303 high schools. NSAA activities, the other half of education.
The money that comes from Constellation goes directly back into our county 4-H program. So they're directly impacting young people and the development of young people, whether that's leadership development, citizenship development, or helping them develop life skills.
Constellation provides natural gas for Nebraska homes, farms, ranches, and businesses. Through our support for 4-H and FFA, we're providing energy for Nebraska's future as well. Natural gas from Constellation.
Don't be in a hurry when it flurries. The roads are not fit to drive. Tires will slip and lose their grip. You'll be lucky to make it alive. Don't be in a hurry when it flurries. Best to leave home prepared. Look at all the snow and watch it blow. I wouldn't go out if you dared. Don't be in a hurry when it flurries. You should have checked 511. Look out now, here comes the plow. You're gonna be late anyhow. Don't be in a hurry when it flurries. It would be better not to go out alone. All of this ice is not so nice. Next time, better stay home.
Earning my shield means...
It means I'm always moving forward.
Never stopping, always learning.
It means rising to the challenge of my ambition.
Earning my shield means having the confidence to hold my own with anyone from anywhere.
It means more opportunities for me and my children.
Earning my shield means it's never too early or late to set goals. What does it mean to earn your shield? I found out it don't.
Well, a good time for you to connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. You can add a comment or catch up on the latest Nebraska sports information. Just be sure to like NET Sports, and while you're at it, you might as well like Big Red Wrap Up as well, and you can join in the conversation on NET. Our halftime score, 22-15. It's been a defensive battle. Both of these squads come in known for their defense. They've played before. They know each other well. And I think whenever teams have played each other previously in the year, you just get to know each other better. It makes it more difficult to score, and we're certainly seeing that here, 22-15 at the half.
It does, and we talked about the adjustment that Bishop Neumann made with their defense, went to that 1-3-1, and Jared Ritter talked about it as well, that his team just needs to stay composed. They need to make the adjustment offensively as well, but one of the big adjustments is rebounds, that Wahoo Neumann is getting those rebounds offensively, making those second shots. And so he mentioned that's one of the things his team is going to have to do. And then he also just mentioned, and do what we do.
Yeah, there's Grace Wickham knocking down the three-pointer. Nice drive here by Maggie Fee, and that was one of the rare times they got inside on that 1-3-1. Once Neumann moved to that, this is typically what we saw. If Scotus was scoring, it was from outside the arc. Now let's take a look at Neumann, and you mentioned Neumann with the advantage, 8-1 in offensive rebounds.
Yeah, they really have. They've hit some big outside shots, and they do have some great shooters from the outside. They had to have Megan had to sit out for a little bit in foul trouble, but the others have really picked it up on the outside. But again, it's those second shots down on the block that Neumann has really made a difference. And you can see here, they out-rebounded them 16-7. But when you look at that, 8 of those are offensive rebounds, which are probably putbacks, which makes a difference in the 7-point advantage that Neumann has at this point. Because as you look at the field goal percentage is very similar. In fact, Scotus is winning in the field goal percentage there as well. So again, rebounds is the key right here. And as you tell, the points off of turnovers as well for Wahoo Neumann is 5.
Yeah, that's 6, as you're right, that 16-7 rebound is a huge discrepancy, especially when 8 of those are offensive rebounds leading to second opportunities. We saw it lead to the 5-point play early on when the Shamrocks were able to capitalize. Let's go down to the floor. I think Andy Kindy is being ready to be joined by Jason Simons, the head coach of the Cavaliers.
All right, Coach Simons, you ripped off a 9-0 run at the end of the first quarter, start of the second. How important was that to this ballgame?
It was a nice run, and it was started with our defense. We had a few defensive stops, got a few run-outs, and then obviously hit a big 3. So very, very important.
I know there's a long way to go between now and a state championship. What do you tell your girls?
We told them we got to bear down on the defensive end. We pride ourselves on that, and 15's too many for them.
Good luck to you in the second half. Bishop Neumann, the Cavaliers, are 2 quarters away from their first state championship since 2010. Second half action straight ahead.
Parents, safe teen driving begins with you. When you are supportive and involved with your teen driver, you can reduce their risk of being in a crash by half. Parents can set driving rules and be role models for safe driving. Driving the right message begins with you. More information on keeping your teen driver safe is available at parentsdrivethemessage.ne.gov. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services Injury Prevention Program.
I think the cooperative system means to me is getting people together and trying to come up with a good for the whole.
We're a team because we're striving to be good stewards to the land. Without team, you have nothing. It's not what I can do, it's not what you can do, but it's what we can do together. And at the end of the day, that's what matters.
Coverage of the 2018 NSAA High School Girls Basketball Championships on NET is made possible in part by Aurora Cooperative, Constellation, Nebraska Corn Board, and Doane University. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Hey, quick reminder, you can watch NET Sports anytime, anywhere. Just download the free NET Nebraska app. You can do that today. Watch college player profiles, full-length episodes from Big Red Wrap-Up, live web streams. There's so much out there. Just search NET Nebraska in the App Store or download it free at netnebraska.org/apps. Ready to go here, second half. Shamrocks will have the ball to begin and the lead. Check it, trailing by 7, 22-15, Neumann on top.
Now Neumann is back in their man-to-man, but, you know, again, he likes to shift around and bring up those surprises on defense, but they're back in man-to-man is how they started the game as well.
The drive, left hand off the front of the rim, will rebound right into the hands of the Cavs.
Columbus Scotus back in their man-to-man defense that they have played as well.
Pass down low, tipped away, just out of the hands of Spitchka, who had controlled it for a moment. Fee in up top. Wickham thought about it.
As you can tell, Wahoo Neumann kind of is playing off a little bit, not aggressive, tight man-to-man. And I think, again, that's to close up that inside as well, but give enough so that they can get there for the outside shot.
It's kind of that pack line D, isn't it? You encourage the drive and then be sure to close it up and double team down low.
Yep, and kind of saying, go ahead and shoot from the outside if you're going to beat me.
Katie Lilly bringing it up the floor for the Cavs. On top again by 7. No score yet here in period number 3. Rezaj now down low. Trying to work it down low hard to Spitchka. She's had a couple of opportunities, but nice defense down there. Tipped away by Borchers, who's in there with her 2 fouls. Pass down low. Doesn't go. Good open look there for Yunsa, who leads all scorers with 6 points. Check that, 8 points now for Yunsa.
Now Scotus being very patient on offense, running through, looking on that inside as well, as they have both Lear and Borchers working on the inside. Makes a little difference with both Borchers and Spitchka guarding each other, where they both have 2 fouls. Had to sit a little bit in the second quarter.
Now Borchers calling for it there. Weesey with it now. Now here's Fien back up top to Wickham. Now Weesey. Thought about the 3. Wickham again. Will take the 3. Wickham. Boy, she was sharp in pregame warm-ups, knocking him down from all around the arc. She's 2 of 3 from outside. She has 6 points. 3 on the other side. Here's Lilly, and Katie Lilly's just off. Rebound to Lear.
You know, and one of the things that Ritter did say, as I talked about, was the rebounds, and especially for them to get defensive rebounds, not allow Neumann to have the offensive rebounds they had the first half.
Wickham again, 3-pointer just off the front of the rim. Rebound, we're going to have a jump ball. It was pulled away by Spichka late. The jump ball called right before she took control. Here's Wickham. Grace Wickham averages just about 5 a game. Their assist leader. Aspen Yunsa with it. Tried to play off the screen, goes the other way. Kicked outside, open look for Teal. Teal had a 3 earlier. Tipped away, rebound again. Another offensive rebound for the Cavs.
You know, we see as a tough job there of guarding Aspen up on top, especially because she can shoot from the outside, but she's also great at driving to the basket as well. So you have to be ready for both. Now Neumann is in their flex offense.
Shot by Spichka, rolls around, not there, and another offensive rebound. And the foul will be called down low. That's going to be on Lear. So Lear picks up the foul, and Neumann continues to dominate those offensive boards. They lead at 22-18.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank. Growing together.
Not just on the good days. Not just on the challenging ones. Not just during business hours. Or when relaxing. But always. For the past 125 years, Farmers Mutual of Nebraska. Always alongside you.
Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, Nebraska. Along with Trudy Nolan, I'm Larry Putney. Andy Kendi roaming the sidelines for us. 22-18 here early on in quarter number 3, or midway through quarter number 3. Only 3 points scored in this period.
Yeah.
We went to halftime at 22-15. It's 22-18.
And, you know, both coaches talk about defense, and I think that's a big factor for both coaches. You know, they talk about how their defense creates their offense, and so they rely a lot on their defense. And you can see that on both teams as well.
To the line goes Lindsay Teal for the Cavs. And those won't count as offensive rebounds and points, but certainly these points from the free throw line are because of the offensive rebound of the Cavs. So both of those could be credited to second chance points. And the Cavs have done a nice job of that here this morning. 24-18, back up by 6. Steal by Rezac. And the foul on Wickham. That will put Rezac at the line off of the steal.
Here's a look at that steal by Rezac. Great taking it down and going all the way to the basket and then drawing that foul on Wickham.
Neumann has done a nice job of getting to the line as well. They've have 4 free throws to none for the Shamrocks. They've been to the line 7 times. 7 shots from the line. Neumann jumps back into that extended 1-3-1.
Yep, they've switched back to that zone defense, but you can tell that they're also looking to double down there on Spencer as well on the block.
Lear gets the offensive rebound. Second chance now here. 3 on the way. Wickham just off. Netzel will reset.
run their flex offense. They'll be very patient. They like to get a shot on the free throw line, or they're looking down on the inside.
Janssen with a nice drive. Does not get the roll. Rebound pulled down by Lear. Kush brings it up. Scotus will reset.
They're staying patient here, passing on the outside. Trying to get that outside shot or look on the inside there to Spencer.
Fian had a good open look there, and we have a jump ball. As Spencer went up, and it was tied up. It will stay with the Shamrocks. Possession arrow. Good job of hanging on there by Spencer, huh? Got the 2 hits on it.
Was not going to give up there. Which was good because she got the jump ball and the ball in their favor.
Here's Lear with it.
See Janssen down there on the block doing a very good job on Spencer trying to stay in front of her.
Nice drive by Lear. Boy, there has been a lid on the basket for Lear. She's had some great looks right around the basket. They're just not falling for her.
On both ends, they really have had some shots that look like they're going down. And, you know, the other time that these two played, they didn't score a whole lot of points either. And, again, that probably goes back to the defense that both coaches are really stressing.
This would qualify as not a whole lot of points, yeah. Three-pointer knocked down by Fian. Her second three-pointer, and Fian has 8.
Here's a look at that shot there by Fian. A great 3 there on the last play.
I believe we had a foul called after that three-pointer. So the delay of game is what it was. They grabbed the ball, a little roll after that 3 was made. Three-pointer the other way is off by Teal. Long rebound. Vasha with it. Vasha will drive. Got the bucket. 26-21. 5-point advantage for Neumann. About a minute to go here in period number 3. Kicked outside. Another 3 on the way. And a foul will be called on Spencer.
And there's the last bucket there by Maggie Vasha for Wahoo Neumann to give them a 5-point lead.
Second foul by Spencer, and she will take a seat. Back into the game now for the Shamrocks is Shania Borchers. Janssen with it with 30 seconds to go. Will they clear it out for her? They're running motion. Janssen will drive off the rim and the rebound to Kush. Wickham will bring it up.
Now it looks like the Shamrocks will go for one shot here before the end of the third quarter. Try to cut that lead to either 4 or maybe 2 at this time.
5 to go. Weesey with the dribble. Weesey with the shot. Rattles around and off the backboard and in. Kendra Weesey with the shot at the buzzer, and Scotus pulls to within 3. So the Shamrocks went to half down by 7, and with 8 minutes to go, it's a 3-point game.
The values that Methodists bring is family.
It's important going through school that you're not just a number, that you're a face and that you're a name to a teacher. And so I loved the small class sizes.
What it means to me is that I found my foundation where I can build on my passion and I can embrace something new in my life. It is a place where I know that I'm supposed to be.
Are you cool to flex fuel? 1 in 7 Nebraskans is driving a flex fuel vehicle, and many don't even realize it. With a flex fuel vehicle, you can fill up with any blend of American ethanol and gasoline, from E10 to E15, from E30 to E85, at any time, in any amount. Look for an insignia on your trunk or tailgate. You might have a yellow gas cap, or check your owner's manual. If you're cool to flex fuel, then look for a flex fuel pump in your neighborhood. Flex fuel blends with American ethanol.
Last title for Columbus Scotus was in 2004. They are 4-time champs. The Cavaliers haven't won it since 2010. They've won it twice before. We're going to see that throughout the day. So many times when we get down here to state, we're seeing teams going for 2 or 3 or 4 state championships. That may be only going to happen once today. South Sioux going for its 2nd consecutive state title, but a lot of teams here looking for their first title, maybe first time down here in a decade.
Yep, we do. We have, Fall City Sacred Heart will be going for another one there as well.
Right.
And we have some that are going for their first one. And we have some that are going for not only a volleyball, but now a basketball championship in the same year as well. So a wide variety today.
But our next game in Class D1, both teams looking for their first ever.
We talked about rebounds being the key. It still is the key for Wahoo Neumann offensively.
What a great pass down low there from Maggie Vasha. She found the cutter, Yunsa down low, but right on point with the pass, led to the bucket.
And even the field goal percentages are close. One of them that's a big change, though, is the 3-point field goals. Columbus Scotus has had to shoot from the outside a lot more with this 1-3-1, and they are rising to the occasion of shooting from the outside.
Kendra Weezy winds that up from the hip and knocks it down. She's got a little bit of arc on that 3-pointer. Big shot there to cut it to 2. This is as close as we've been since the first half.
Yeah.
Down low, not there, put back, and the foul is going to be called on Borchers. That's her 3rd.
There's that great pass into Aspen, and she takes it up strong down there on the block.
She was guarded tightly there by Weesey, but just the pass on point.
You get in the last 6 minutes of the last quarter, every possession is going to count now to the very end. Along with free throws, along with any turnovers, rebounds, all of those are going to count at this point.
Spichka and Rezach back into the game now for the Cavaliers. Both ends. Those free throws were off. Still a 2-point game. Shamrocks have done a nice job of tightening this up. They've outscored Neumann 11-6 here in the second half. Foul will be called there. I saw Taylor Stewart say, "On me." Fisher said, "That's right, ma'am, on you."
Yeah, we talked about free throws. Right now, Wahoo Neumann is 4 of 9 from free throws. And those, we always talk about in games down to the very end, those can make a huge difference. Every single free throw game during a game.
Katie Lilly re-enters. A turnover on the Shamrocks. Yeah, that's what Ritter thinks about it. Let's go over to Andy Kindy.
Larry, Bishop Neumann beat Lincoln Christian last year's C1 champs in the semifinals yesterday. Remember, last year the Cavaliers lost to Lincoln Christian by 31 points in that semifinals. In fact, Neumann had 4 losses last year. All 4 losses were to Lincoln Christian. So to get past Lincoln Christian in the semifinals, so meaningful. It brought Aspen Yunsa to tears after the game. And she says that they want to have one more step, and that's win their first state title since 2008. I'm sorry, since 2010.
It was interesting, Andy. Jason Simons said it was really those losses to Lincoln Christian that had them refocus on defense in the offseason, and the foul called there on Yunsa. Yunsa with the hard foul. That will put Kendra Weesey at the line. Weesey with the steal.
Yeah, and the great defense there by Lear to cause that turnover on the other end.
Coach Simons will take the full timeout. A good time for us to remind you that NET Sports is for you. We bring you more Nebraska high school and collegiate sports than any other Nebraska network. For more information on dates, times, and available webcasts, just visit netnebraska.org. It is our pleasure to be here once again in cooperation with the NSAA to bring you these NSAA State High School Championships. Along with Trudy Nolan, I'm Larry Putney, Andy Kindy here with you as well. Of course, over the last 2 weeks, we've had state wrestling, state swimming and diving. Next week, we have the boys State High School Championships. Great to be here with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln. Let's go back over to Andy Kindy.
I want to talk to you guys about the great student sections. We're going to see a bunch of great student sections all day long. Well, Columbus Scotus has a great student section. They are the Rowdy Dowdies. They have pictures. And these kids are ready to roll. I have to remind myself it's 10 after 10, you guys. And here's something to think about. When they jump around, they're technically the Shamrock Shakes, aren't they?
I think you just renamed their student section. From the Rowdy Dowdies to the Shamrock Shakes. It's that time of year for a Shamrock Shake. I'll leave it at 28.
You know, Jared Ritter talked about at halftime for his team to stay composed, and I think that has shown here in the third quarter, as the last time that we were tied was in the first quarter when it was 7-7. And so for them to come out in the third quarter, and they actually won the third quarter 8-4, it shows that they are staying composed. And I think that's probably why Jason Simons just called timeout, to do the exact same thing. We're fine, stay composed, do what we do.
Katie Lilly with it, now off to Spichka. Yunsa will reset for the Cavs. A good battle down low between Spichka and Borchers. Spichka cutting again, nothing there. Tipped away. Nearly the second steal for Weesey, who had just knocked down those 2 free throws off of the steal to tie it up.
Here's a look at that. As she can tell, that pass is going to go to Aspen and gets a good hand on it right there.
The defense for both of these teams has really picked up here in period number 4.
One of the hard things right now is to stay composed and also to get the shots that you want at this point, because every possession is very valuable.
Lear was there for the rebound, just went off her hand, so another opportunity here for the Cavs. I'll leave it at 28. Drive by Fasha is off. Good rebound to Borchers. Scotus outscoring Neumann 13-6 here in this second half.
Now you see Neumann has gone back to their man-to-man defense.
Drive by Fian. That's off. Rebound up strong and tipped away right into the hands of Katie Lilly. And a timeout by Coach Simons. He'll take a full timeout here. He has 2 left with 3:35 to go here in the final period. 8th season for Jason Simons. Won a title back in 2010 and 2009. They were back-to-back champs in 9 and 10. Those losses that they suffered last year to Lincoln Christian, you mentioned, kind of refocused the effort in the offseason. They put in that pack line defense, allowed teams to drive, forced them to shoot from the outside, tried to double and triple team, and they got down low, and it's certainly been effective here this afternoon. Let's go over to Andy Kindy.
To win a championship, it's a team sport. Jared Ritter, the Columbus Scotus head coach, told me a story yesterday about Madison Kirkman, number 34. She's a senior, didn't play as a sophomore, but came back and played as a junior and senior. Doesn't play a whole lot. and yet she came off the bench to hit one of the biggest threes of the season to spark Scotus to a win against North Bend Central in the sub-districts. And Ritter says that Kirkman is a perfect example that you never know if and when your number is going to be called, and when your number is called is to be ready, and Kirkman certainly was ready for that moment. You get the feeling that this is one of those games we might have a moment for one of these players on the floor to lead their team to a state title.
There is Madison Kirkman, the senior, 5'9", averages just over a point and a half a game, but so many times we see in these kind of situations, it's the unsung hero. You expect your stars to step up, but it's who is going to provide that little extra spark for your team.
It is. You know, it's a whole team effort. Everybody is there, whether it's here at the game or whether it's in practice. Everybody is working together to that same thing.
At the line now is Aspen Yunsa. She knocks down the first to give Neumann a 1-point lead.
Yeah, so now Shania Borchers will have to go to the bench for a little while. She's got 4 fouls at this point. But I'm sure Jared Riddle will look to get her in here in the next minute or so.
Both free throws good by Aspen Yunsa. Yunsa now with 10 in the game to lead all scorers.
It really has been a very balanced offensive attack on both teams.
Weesey and Yunsa both with 10. Fian goes inside, kicked out, back inside. With strong movement, a foul is going to be called on Spichka. And that will put Marika Spitzer at the line. So Spichka picks up her 3rd foul.
Here's a look at that replay of them trying to get it there on the inside.
Solid free throw by Spencer. By 1 here, 30-29. Job fighting through the screen by Weesey. Weesey so quick up top of that defense. Good.
Neumann will stay patient as they're just going to go to their dribble drive here. Take a little bit of time off the clock, get that open shot.
Foul is going to be called on Weesey. Weesey thought she got there.
Here's a look at that drive by Aspen, taking it in there strong.
Yep. Good call as Yunsa draws the foul on Weesey. Triple team, kicks it back up top. Had an open look there for a moment, did Teal.
Neumann will run their flex cut here on offense.
There's Spichka, she got an open look, and Spichka, she's been deadly from that range.
Their flex cut, that's the shot that they look for. Otherwise, they look for Aspen coming down low on the block.
Neumann now extends that lead to 3. Crowd on their feet for the Cavs. 32-29, inside 2 minutes to go. And a timeout taken by Jared Ritter. Jared Ritter still talking about that last foul at the other end. He wanted the charge.
And you know, those calls can always be tough because it looks like they're stationary. We don't always see it. It looked a little bit like she was still running to get there into her spot a little bit. But those are always the tough calls to make.
Crunch time here in Class C1. Final 2 minutes. Moving on top, 32-29. Great crowd on hand here for this opener at 9 a.m. in the morning in Lincoln, here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. C1 title.
You know, we've talked about rebounding a lot, especially for Neumann. One of the things Scotus right now, Their last field goal was at 6:42 this quarter. We're now at 1:53 left in the game. So I'm sure right now Jared Ritter is talking about being patient on offense, that at this point we need a bucket on this possession right here, and I think that's probably why he called that timeout. Stay composed as you are, but also this is where we need a bucket.
There's a guy who knows something about a state championship or two, huh? John Peterson has won so many state volleyball championships with Columbus Scotus. Not afraid of these big moments.
You know, Scotus has that they're down 3 points right now, but their 3-point field goal they're shooting 43% right now compared to Neumann's 17%.
Drive by Lear, and she draws the foul. We'll see if that was on Spichka. If it was, nope. They're going to call it on Vasha before that right there. Vasha on the reach.
Their man-to-man defense. They want to get out on the three, but they're also trying to pack it in on the inside.
And that will be the 4th foul on Spichka. Good take by Lear. She got a nice screen at the top by Spencer, and that will put her at the line to make it a 1-point game.
So look at that drive again by Lear. She's done that 2 times here in a row, drawn those fouls. And now the free throws come into play.
That is, as we said, the 4th foul on Megan Spichka. Spichka sat early when she picked up 2 in the first period. Came back in late in the second. Big free throw here for Bailey Lear to try to cut it to 1.
It is, and then I think you're going to see Scotus in a full court press right away.
That rattles around and in. It looks like they'll pick up in a man defense. Here's Weesey up top. Guarding closely. Junso. Junso with it, now guarded by Wickham. They're going to let the clock tick here. Are the Shamrocks going to have to foul? Junso still with it inside a minute. Timeout taken by Jason Simons. 30-second timeout. 32-31. Good ball handlers by the Cavs. We'll see what both of these coaches draw up here. Hey, opportunity for us to tell you that in an NET special, Growing Old Gambling, learning about the growing problem of gambling for baby boomers. You can hear personal stories from those suffering from both emotional and financial consequences, plus find out from leading experts about intervention and treatment for gambling addictions in older adults. Growing Old Gambling. That can be seen online at netnebraska.org/growingoldgambling. Inside a minute to go.
You know, and I think Jason Simons is probably telling his team to stay very composed, but also we need to run the offense. We don't need to score at this point. We're ahead by 1. Let them foul us, and I think they probably want to keep it in the hands of Junso or Teal at the free throw line at this point as well.
So it'll be inbounded by Katie Lilly. Good job guarding, looking for a 5-second call. Got it into Rezac, who quickly hands it off to Lilly. Closely guarded, Wickham looking for the foul. Nearly lost it. Double teamed, and a foul called on Wickham. You saw Wickham, I tried to foul earlier, they wouldn't call it. She did try to foul there, almost tried the trip. So it becomes an important free throw game now for the Cavaliers, up by 1, putting Lindsay Teal to the line to shoot 2. Teal averages more than 9 a game, knocks down the front end of that 1-and-1. That, by the way, was the 7th team foul on Scotus, putting the Cavs in the bonus. Both free throws good by Lindsay Teal. Back into the game now comes Kelsey Chana for the Cavs.
They've got Svichka back in for Neumann for defense here.
Now
Spencer.
Now 3, Fian with it. Timeout taken by Ritter. Full timeout here by Jared Ritter. His father, Mike Ritter, has been on his coaching staff since the beginning, 9 years ago when he started as head coach. John Peterson, we talked about Coach Peterson a moment ago, stayed on to coach the JV when Ritter came back and first started just as a volunteer these past couple of years, but John Peterson has certainly seen his share of state volleyball championships. And been in this moment, 11th overall trip down here to state for the Shamrocks of Scotus.
So I feel like we're back at the game that they played last time, where it's 3 points. But it's the opposite way it looks like right now. That Neumann was down, or no, they were tied, excuse me. They were tied at that point. And so now, I mean, obviously these are two very good teams. We have two good teams here in the finals. With the last 33 seconds with only a 3-point lead. You know, we talked about defense before, and we've talked about rebounds, but Scotus came out in the second half, was very composed, you know, really outdid Neumann offensively in the third quarter, but Neumann is back now staying composed as well. So the experience is really showing.
Yeah, let's go to Andy Kennedy quickly.
Yeah, Larry, it looks like, you know, there's a debate whether or not you go for 2 here with 33 seconds left or a 3. It looks like the Shamrocks are going to go for the 3.
Time ticking away here. That's going to be Fian who thought about it. Kicked outside. Lear's got to look. Lear, three-pointer, knotted at 34. Big shot by Lear. 10 seconds to go. Here comes Lilly. Timeout. The final timeout for Neumann taken by Coach Simons. So similar. Last time in this game, it was tied up, and it was a late three-pointer by the Cavs that won it. Lear, inside 20 seconds, knocks down a big one.
Yeah, she really did. You know, I think Fian looked like she was going to take it, and then felt like, no, I think I got to. There's a better look somewhere, and she did, and Lear just put that up right on the mark. And you're right, Larry, a very similar situation, just the opposite way. And now Neumann does have 8.8 seconds. You know, it's a good, they are out of timeouts though. They've done a good job though of managing the time and using those timeouts as well. Scotus does have 2 timeouts remaining.
So what will Jason Simons draw up here? Even at 34, 8.8 to go.
My guess is we got Aspen probably with the basketball and going to drive to the basket because she's also a very good free throw shooter as well.
Andy was in the huddle.
The plan obviously is to get to Aspen Yatza and let her do her thing. But Jason Simons was very quick to point out if she doesn't have it to look for an open teammate. So we'll see what happens here.
In big moments, you go to your big player, right? Here we are, 5 seconds to go. Jonsson kicks out. Jonsson drives. Jonsson's shot is off, and we're heading to overtime. What a way to open up our day with 6 state championships. The opening game in Class C1 heads to OT. 34-34. Jonsson had the look. Wickham guarded her closely. Officials did a great job by keeping the whistles in the pocket and let them play it out. So we'll put 4 minutes on the clock, and we get extra time here in Class C1. Here's another look at it.
You know, and they ran this play before, and so I think Scotus did a great job of defending it and not going for the hand that she was going to hand it off at that point. And it was a tough shot for Jonsson because she is on, you know, she's guarded very well there by Wickham.
Looked like they wanted a double team too, and Weesey was trying to drop down and got the feet caught up, and Jonsson had a good look to win it. Andy Kindy is courtside. Andy.
Larry, we go to overtime in the Class C1 championship game for the first time since 2010. In 2010, Bishop Neumann beat Wahoo 58-55. So maybe the Cavaliers can find magic again in the extra session.
Chata and Lear tip it up. Chata controls to Lilly.
Scotus stays in their man-to-man. They've been in that man-to-man the whole game. It's got them to this point. They're going to stick with it.
Just off the fingertips of Weesey, who's done a nice job defensively. Boy, the stamina you have to play at the top of that defense for the Shamrocks.
Yeah, and Weesey has not had an easy job with guarding Aspen because she is all over.
Shot by Spichka, no fouls. She was guarded by Lear. It goes off of Lear and out. I'll reset up front. Rezach with it. Here's Chata. Spichka.
They'll run their flex offense here. Where they set a double screen up on top, trying to get Aspen to get to the basket.
Minute into overtime, and it's only been a Cavs possession. The Shamrocks have yet to see the ball here in this first OT offensively. Youngso with it, guarded by Weesey. Screen up top, Weesey battles through it. Youngso goes into traffic, doesn't get that to go, and we have a foul, and it's going to be called on the Cavs on the rebound.
I think that might be on Spichka, and that's going to be her fifth foul for the game.
Big foul on Megan Spichka. Let's take another look.
Yes, it's a good take by Youngso there.
See if we can see the foul here called on Spichka right there, the push in the back.
Yeah, Borchers does a great job of checking Spichka out so she can't get that offensive rebound.
She fouls out with 6 points in the game.
And Neumann has been in this position today because Spichka did have to sit for a while as she had some fouls.
Good pass by Lear on the drive. Boy, you saw the little nod from Lear to Fian, said, yes, cut. Fian cut, great bounce pass in the bucket, and the Shamrocks have the lead here in overtime.
And you know, the last time that they had the lead was in the first quarter.
7-5.
3:50 when it was 7-5.
Jump ball, and it will be with the Shamrocks.
And here's that bucket there by Fian. It was a great cut. Lear was trying to get to the basket and couldn't, got cut off, and Fian made a great cut to the hoop.
That's a couple players who played together for a while. A little nod. I know just what you mean. Great cut by Fian. Now let's see if the Shamrocks take a little air out here.
Yep, I think they're going to say, hey, we got the lead. We just need to control the basketball right now.
Simon's counting on his defense, would love to come up with a steal here. Foul called there on Katie Lilly. That is the 7th team foul then on the Cavs, and that will put the Shamrocks in the bonus. 1-1 here for Maggie Fian, trying to extend this to a 4-point lead. Rattles off.
A great rebound there by Lindsay Teal.
Chance to tie it here for the Cavs. Inside a minute to go. First overtime of this C1 title game. Long three-pointer on the way. Just off. Rebound to Wickham. Into the hands of Weesey. And Weesey's fouled right away by Junsa. Kendra Weesey, the senior guard. 39.1 to go at the line.
Yeah, Weesey's done a great job. She has 10 points today, but also she's had a tough defensive job to guard Aspen Jensen.
Shamrocks with a couple of opportunities to make it a three-point game. They missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Back-to-back trips and a timeout called by Coach Simons. That's his final timeout. 34-31 as he gathers his coaching staff together to draw up their plan for what could be this. They certainly won't hold for a final possession.
Yeah, I don't think at this point.
No. But what could be an all-important possession down by 2, and here's the defense of Jared Ritter.
Absolutely, and I think Jason's probably thinking we need to get a bucket, obviously, but we also want to draw the foul. So I'd be looking for Aspen probably trying to drive to the basket, get that hoop, and also gain a foul and a free throw from that as well.
So we're inside 30 seconds in overtime of this Class C1 state championship game. Terrific way to kick off our day-long coverage right here on NAT Sports. I'm thinking if we can get all of these games to go overtime, we could have a 10:30 or 11 o'clock start tonight.
Yeah, you said something about midnight, and you just jinxed us earlier when you said midnight.
This could
be midnight, but that's all right. That's a good day of basketball here at the state tournament.
It's a great day of basketball. Just keep feeding me the hot tea, please. 36-34, inside 30 seconds to go. Junsa with it. Here's Teal back to Junsa. Clearly Junsa trying to take the shot into the lane. Nothing there. Rebound Lear. She's fouled right away. Lily.
Here's a look at that drive by Aspen Junsa. Just off the mark. And a good rebound there by Lear.
Rebound called on, or foul called on Taylor Stewart. Now a third opportunity for the Shamrocks to make it a three-point game.
Yeah, and unfortunately they've missed their last 2, and Wahoo Neumann has made their last 4.
That was a big shot from the junior, Bailey Lear. She can knock this down. Cavs will be looking for a quick one. And she does. Big 2 shots by Bailey Lear. And a timeout for the Shamrocks.
Well, now with that 4-point lead, it's just a big shift here for her.
Yeah.
And so Ritter's probably saying, we have a 4-point lead. Just contain on defense. No fouls. Try to keep them from the basket. But again, they also have that option to at least full court press them to run some time off the clock, but no fouls. But they have the option also, if they make it, that they can hold the ball out as well.
And with 14 seconds left, the Cavs, if they can get the easy quick 2, they'll take it. Shamrocks will likely pressure a bit to try to slow him getting up the floor. Let's go to Andy. He was in Scotus huddle.
And each of his assistants took turns saying the words, "Don't foul, don't foul, and know your clock," because this is just a few ticks left.
Here's Junsa. Junsa will drive in. Blocking foul called and one! Oh, what a shot by Yotza! Opportunity for a three-point play, and how big was that?
Here's a look at that. It's a great drive by Janssen to keep going with that shot as well.
Borchers picks up the foul, and she fouls out. And with 8.5 to go, if Yotza can knock this down, they'll jump into some pressure right away and try to quickly foul. Likely fouling quickly either way. It goes. Try to come up with a quick steal and then see if they can foul. Did not get the steal, so the foul quickly with 7-2 left. And boy, did that change the complexity a bit, as Maggie Feehan now needs to go to the line to knock down 2 to make it a 3-point game.
Big free throws right here by Maggie Feehan.
And now into the double bonus, so she will shoot 2. Big shot by Feehan.
You know, and one of the things is Wahoo Neumann does not have a timeout to call any timeout to set up a play.
Right.
I'm sure they have one put into place for this kind of a situation. Scotus does have 2 timeouts. He may take a timeout to get things set up as well defensively.
Big shot. Need a 3 to tie it. Ball in the hands of Yotza. That's where you want it. Inside 4. Yotza 3 on the way. Off the front of the rim. And Scotus wins the state championship. What a great finish in C1. First time in 14 years for the Columbus Scotus Shamrocks. They win a state championship.
And you know, we talked about a lot of factors during the game, rebounds, free throws, everything. But it's also just never giving up. No matter what the score was, they kept coming back. Especially that second half. Ritter talked about, you know, they need to stay composed. I think they came out the second half and did just that for Scotus.
You saw Coach Jason Simons pulling his team together. What a terrific season and a terrific effort. And what a great C1 title game. In overtime, the Shamrocks are state champs. We'll have medals and trophies being presented when we come back.
All right, college visit number 2. Here we go. What?
Learn more from Education Quest at govisitcollege.org.
With the Aurora Cooperative, you have a trusted partner who looks well beyond the horizon. We're putting our owner's equity to work every day by anticipating what you'll need tomorrow, creating what's next for your farm. A portfolio of innovation that supports every aspect of your operation, and an unwavering commitment to your success, however you measure it.
My farm, my cooperative, my future.
The Aurora Cooperative.
Coverage of the 2018 NSAA High School Girls Basketball Championships on NET is made possible in part by Education Quest, Nebraska Soybean Board, Nebraska Methodist College, and Nebraska Public Power District. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. In overtime, 40-37, Columbus Scotus over Bishop Neumann, and this is a great one for you to keep for a lifetime when you purchase a DVD copy of the NSAA Basketball Championships, just $19.95, plus shipping and handling. To order, call toll-free 800-868-1868, or you can go online, as you see on your screen, netnebraska.org/sports, and pick up your copy of these state high school championships. Time now for medal and trophy presentations. Let's go to Rich Broderson.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is honored to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. Presentations will be made by NSAA Executive Director Dr. Jim Tenneper, NSAA Board of Directors Nolan Byer from Millard Public Schools, Kathy Wieskamp from Lincoln Public Schools, and U.S. Bank Representative Jeff McCune. Here are the awards for runner-up Bishop Neumann High School. Head coach Jason Simons and his assistants will present the silver medals. Players, please come forward as your name is called. Number 10, Katie Lilly. Number 12, Kelsey Chana. Number 14, Taylor Sabatka. Number 20, Taylor Stewart. Number 32, Faith Polacek. Number 34, Alyssa Rezach. Number 40, Maggie Vasha. Number 42, Michaela Most. Number 44, Lindsay Teal. Number 52, Lily Spankler. And now to the seniors. Number 22, Haley Vaniak. Number 24, Aspen Jansa. Number 30, Jacina Rada. And number 50, Megan Spitzka. And for these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2018 NSAA Class C1 State Basketball Runner-Up Trophy. Congratulations, Bishop Neumann High School.
Well, it was a great season for Bishop Neumann, 21-4 on the year. They come up 3 short in overtime in a great and well-played state championship game with Columbus Scotus. Had an opportunity to tie it at the end. Big shots down the stretch. Now time for the championship medal presentations. Back to Rich we go.
And now to the champions, Columbus Scotus High School. Head coach Jared Ritter. We have a special award for you. Coach Ritter and his assistants will present the gold medals. Players, come forward as your name is called. Number 2, Abby Zuha. Number 10, Kate Smith. Number 21, Bailey Lear. Number 24, Amber Booman. Number 25, Courtney Cush. Number 32, Chloe Albert. And now to the seniors. Number 3, Grace Albert. Number 4, Maggie Finn. Number 11, Grace Wickham. Number 15, Marika Spencer. Number 22, Kendra Weezy. Number 34, Madison Kirkman. And number 44, Shania Borchers. Presenting the championship game ball from Farmers Mutual Insurance, Senior Vice President of Underwriting and Actuarial Services, Travis Lebo. And now, for these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2018 NSAA Class C1 State Basketball Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Columbus Scotus High School.
Scotus, your C1 champs, they trailed nearly the entire game. In fact, they led it right off the bat in the first quarter, but did not take their second lead of the game until overtime. And they held on down the stretch. And the Shamrocks, a lucky day, as the Green wins state championship. Now let's go backstage. Andy Kindy is with Coach Simons.
With head coach Jason Simons, head coach Bishop Neumann. Coach, what was the difference there, not only in the second half, but in overtime?
You know, I think they're obviously their defensive intensity, and they really stepped it up a notch defensively. When you think Columbus, Scotus, you think defense, and you know their weekend of defense is definitely what won them the championship.
Down the stretch, though, you did have your chances and did have a couple good looks. Sometimes the shots just don't fall, though, right?
Yeah, we had, towards the end of 3 games, you got some weary legs, and, those shots land a little short. But I am still so proud of the way our girls competed this weekend, had a lot of adversity, and couldn't be more proud of a bunch of girls.
Yeah, if you take a big picture look, they may not think about it now, but looking back this season, the journey you've had, the adversity you've overcome, this is a pretty special group.
Very, very special group for us for 4 years. I mean, those seniors have been special to us, and yes, this year has been an incredible journey filled with adversity, but filled with much joy as well. So very, 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 very proud of my girls.
Coach, congratulations. Great season. Head coach Jason Simons of the Bishop Neumann Cavaliers. They finish the season at 21-5 and the runner-up.
Yeah, very calm reaction for Coach right up until he started talking about his players and how much they have been. When we come back, we'll hear from the champs from Scotus. Stay with us.
Whether it's spring planting, fall harvesting, or just a drive across the state, soy biodiesel helps a diesel-powered engine operate in a demanding job. Soybean oil from Nebraska soybeans makes biodiesel a renewable fuel that's also environmentally responsible. The soybean checkoff plays a major role in supporting the use and availability of biodiesel. The Nebraska Soybean Board, growing opportunity from the ground up.
FFA's vision is to build leaders, grow communities, and strengthen agriculture. The funds from Constellation will most likely be directed to one of those areas. But most importantly, people need to know that it is at the local level. It's helping local chapters.
Constellation provides natural gas for Nebraska homes, farms, ranches, and businesses. Through our support for 4-H and FFA, we're providing energy for Nebraska's future as well. Natural gas from Constellation.
Earning my shield means...
It means I'm always moving forward.
Never stopping, always learning.
It means rising to the challenge of my ambition.
Earning my shield means having the confidence to hold my own with anyone from anywhere.
It means more opportunities for me and my children.
Earning my shield means it's never too early or late to set goals. What does it mean to earn your shield? I found out it don't.
Coverage of the 2018 NSAA High School Girls Basketball Championships on NET is made possible in part by Aurora Cooperative, Constellation, Nebraska Corn Board, and Doane University. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Well, if you love watching high school sports on NET, and after a game like that, why would you not? With your generous donation to NET, you help us produce more than 200 hours of sports programming each year. You can show your support by joining the NET Sports Partners Club. It's just $10 a month. And we'll send you an exclusive NET Sports Partners Club fleece jacket like the one you see right there. In fact, I think you were wearing it earlier today, weren't you? Let's take a look at the highlights. We'll start in the fourth quarter because it was late. Inside 20 to go. Scotus hadn't led. They hit that three-pointer by Lear and tie the game. So now we go to overtime, and they haven't led since the first quarter. And it was that cut and bucket that gave them a first lead. And now the last shot by Yunsa. Long, deep three, right on line, just a bit short. And Scotus wins the title. Take a look at the final numbers. This was an evenly played game.
It really was. And, even if you look at all the stats, at halftime we looked at them. The field goals, Bishop Neumann didn't quite shoot as well the second half, and I think it's what Jason Simons was talking about. Scotus upped their defense even more than they had before. One of the big factors, though, too, is the three-point field goal. Scotus had the open shots on the outside, and their three-point field goal percentage is a little bit better. Rebounds still went to Bishop Neumann, but again, it's that fight from Columbus Scotus on that defense that really helped them prevail over Bishop Neumann.
40-37 in overtime. That was your final. When we come back, Andy Kendi is backstage with the champs. We get to hear from them right here on NET.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is pleased to sponsor the NSAA Academic All-State Award Program, recognizing students and athletes who shine in the classroom and on the field. This statewide program recognizes academic excellence, leadership, and athletic achievement in over 20 high school sports and activities. We honor these exceptional students and all of the teachers, coaches, and parents who have mentored them. Together, we can continue to make Nebraska a great place to live, learn, and play.
Large trucks and trailers can easily drive through a state highway roundabout. The center of the roundabout has a low raised area for larger vehicles to drive over if necessary. It's called the apron. Visit the website for more information about driving a roundabout.
Columbus Scotus, your C1 champions, 40-37 in overtime with the championship head coach Jared Ritter. Coach, we got to talk about your defensive effort, especially in the second half, holding Bishop Neumann to 15 points in the second half and overtime. You talked to me yesterday about how defense always keeps you in game. This is a good example, isn't it?
Yeah, they really, packed it in on us on offense. So we had a hard time scoring, and the biggest thing defensively, we kept getting stops in the second half. And we really struggled to rebound there in the first half, and we did a much better job the second half. And Jansa's a great player. We did a great job keeping her in front, and I think that really helped us in the second half.
How about poise and composure? We talked at halftime. You're down 7, and sometimes that can go haywire. That can go in the other direction, but you guys were able to keep it together. How?
Well, we have 7 seniors, and they've been through a lot of different situations, and that's the thing is they just kept looking at each other and they kept making plays, and that's why hanging your head on defense, something we're good at. We kept getting stops, and eventually the ball goes in the hole and you get some life and you keep playing.
What a great season. Looking back on this journey, what's going to stick out the most about this group of girls?
Well, I think what's neat is, we just really came together. We got beat, or we're down 25 to Lincoln Christian in the conference tournament. And then since that game, we haven't lost. So we really rallied in a tough situation. And we've had a lot of difficult situations throughout the way, in games. And we always stayed calm and composed. And a lot of kids stepped up and made plays throughout the way. And it was such a great ride and a great journey.
What does this mean to the community and the school itself? First championship in more than a decade, 14 years since 2004.
Yeah, I think anytime you can do that. I mean, Columbus Scotus has just a great following. It's just one big family. And the support that these girls get and we get into as a program is just absolutely tremendous. When we see future Shamrocks, little kids in the stands cheer it, it's just a really awesome thing for Scotus and for our girls basketball program.
Well, congratulations, Coach. We're going to hear from a couple of the championship Shamrocks. Stayed ahead as Scotus, the C1 state champs, 40-37 in overtime.
Are you cool to flex fuel? 1 in 7 Nebraskans is driving a flex fuel vehicle, and many don't even realize it. With a flex fuel vehicle, you can fill up with any blend of American ethanol and gasoline, from E10 to E15, from E30 to E85, at any time in any amount. Look for an insignia on your trunk or tailgate. You might have a yellow gas cap, or check your owner's manual. If you're cool to flex fuel, then look for a flex fuel pump in your neighborhood. Flex fuel blends with American ethanol.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank. Growing together.
Columbus Scotus, your C1 state champion. And if you take a look, there is a big time basket by the Shamrocks, helping Scotus to their first state championship in 14 years. The gal who did that, Maggie Feehan, the senior. Maggie, what is this feeling like to hold the state championship trophy at this stage?
Wow, it's absolutely like a dream. I remember when I was young and watching this, and I was like, man, I really want to be holding the trophy and being interviewed, and so it's actually, the dream came true, so it's awesome.
That is very cool. Yeah, you guys are down 7 at halftime, but you never gave up. What was the thinking in the locker room between you and the girls?
We knew that Neumann had a really good half, and we went out there and we're like, it's our time, so we're going to make this half count.
You had 12 points, and what does this mean for you to win a state championship with not only your teammates, but some of your best friends? This has got to be pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome. All these girls, wow, we're like a huge family, so it's really awesome.
All right, you get the first handoff of Championship Saturday. You're going to hand the trophy off to Bailey Lear. Bailey had a huge three that sent the game to overtime. The big three in regulation. I want you to just take me through what was going through your mind when you released that three, and did you know what was going in?
Well, at first we're on the bench, and coach is just like, you're going to get the ball and you're going to put it in. And I'm like, okay, at first I was a little nervous, but I'm like, I practice this all the time. Like, it's the same shot, no difference, just another game. So then,
it's the state championship.
It is, but it's still just another game. So as soon as I released, I knew it was going in.
That's awesome, because I heard in the huddle before, they said they drew that play up and they said we are going for a three, and that was so key. What was the key in terms of defensively in that second half?
To not let them shoot a three, because make a three, they hit a three, you're right back in the same spot. So we just had to eliminate threes for them and drives.
What does this mean for not only yourself? You're a junior, but also for not only the seniors, but the school as well, to win a state championship?
Well, this year, our boys didn't make it to state, our volleyball girls didn't make it to state, no one's really made it to state, and even won a state championship in a long time. So for us to come and take it all the way, and we were the underdogs, so we upsetted a lot of people. And so it was just an awesome feeling.
That is terrific. Now it's your turn to hand the trophy off to Kendra Weesey. She had 10 points, the senior guard. Kendra, is that heavy? That looked like it kind of went down. It's a little heavy, that hardware. What is it feeling like to hold the Class C1 state championship trophy?
It feels great. I mean, we've always worked for this. We knew this was the goal in the end. After getting here last year and getting knocked out first round, we knew that we had the talent to get in this position again.
Yeah, Bailey just mentioned that you guys had an underdog mentality. Did you have that coming into the state tournament, that not many people were giving you much of a chance to win it all?
We knew that Coach always said that in the World Herald and Journal-Star, they never picked us. But after the Christian win to get us here, we had all the confidence and momentum to win this.
And what does this mean for you to win it with your best friends, but also your school to bring home a trophy the first time in 14 years?
It's huge. It puts a lot of smiles on people's faces, and it's just going to be a memory that we'll all remember for a while.
What do you do to celebrate?
I'm not sure. We'll probably go home and watch it, and I think we're going to the Elks Country Club and going to have a dinner, so that'll be good.
Big party at the Elks Club. Columbus Scotus, your C1 champion, knocking off Bishop Neumann in the first of 6 championship games here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Back with more after this.